justice will rain down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream.
From the Zimmer Radio Network headquarters.
Come back to Washington, D.C.
It's your morning addiction. Wake Up Missouri with Stephanie Bell. The Zimmer News Team.
Drugs coming in by sea are like 5% of what they were a year ago.
And now introducing your host, Randy Tobler.
Leaders before the shutdown. But that was a 1-hour meeting where he basically said, here's our bill, take it or leave it. Yeah. That's not a negotiation.
Yeah. Schumer has shown no indication whatsoever that he's changed his posture from that day. So talking with him and trying to negotiate is a waste of time.
Air traffic.
Well, day 29 of the shutdown rolls on as SNAP benefits will be running out in just a couple of days. The tension, the heat, the pressure mounting on both parties. And surprisingly, though, there's pressure coming from the media, which is interesting.
Should the Democratic senators from New Mexico, your home state, vote to open the government so that these SNAP funds are not at risk?
Let me be clear. The administration is choosing to starve American children with money that they already have appropriated.
Okay, Jake Tapper giving it to Melanie Stansbury. She's an Arizona representative, now trying to cast blame on the administration because there's some money that's laying around that might extend SNAP benefits for a week or two. And instead of getting at the heart of the matter, the Democrats are getting very good, or is it very bad at this, continuing to double down on a non-doubling downable position, and that is vote to open the government. TSA, air traffic controllers, WIC recipients, SNAP beneficiaries would get their benefits. We can argue later about what those benefits are. Should they be there? Is there a better way to help people out? That's another discussion. But for the time being, they are losing ground, and like someone falling down the cliff, grasping onto whatever they can to see if they can stop their slide, they are doing it. Not working out well. I'm Randy Tobler. Jen Bukowski will be in for Stephanie Bell a little later. John Marsh as well, kicking the dirt down in Jefferson City as they're getting ready to vote on a convention center. John, do you have your shovel ready? You will be joining Mayor Fitzwater and all the dignitaries when they break ground on Wednesday morning after a resounding extension of the lodging tax.
Yeah, that's the question is just what they'll need the shovel for, I think. That's what's on the ballot, a long extension of Jefferson City's lodging tax, extending it all the way out to 7% tax all the way out to the year 2060.
Wow.
The only item on Jefferson City's municipal ballot next week.
And Ron did a very admirable job, I think, of making a good case for, if there is a place for a convention center that will hold large groups, trade groups that may be a part of some lobbying, organization and lobbying effort in Jefferson City on a state capitol, made a very admirable defense of that effort, which he's been leading the charge on for quite a while. We'll see what voters in Jefferson City have to say. If you're in the Jefferson City area and we'll be voting on that, let us know. 573-874-9390. Now, Drake, I know you were glued to the baseball game last night. Apparently, this phenom, the Dodger phenom, didn't do too well. The home run right off the bat. And but do you follow the baseball wars very much? It's 2-2 Dodgers and Toronto.
I know of it. It's around me, but I don't ever watch it. I have a sports show and I talk about it, but I don't watch baseball.
Oh, okay.
Unless if it's Cardinals occasionally. I was glued to the screen watching the Blues Red Wings game.
The Blues have not been doing real well this year. Did they do any better?
That's okay. No, they didn't. They lost, but it's just setting up that 20-game streak down the season.
Oh, like during the Stanley Cup season when they were like almost last in January and they came roaring back. Yeah.
I saw the highlights. Dylan Larkin looked pretty darn good for the Red Wings.
Okay, well, I don't know.
The goals.
What's going on with Binnington? Has he faded, or is he still the number one goalie? I haven't been able to follow them very much.
Still roaming around in there.
Yeah. Flopping around. Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. And, of course, the president continues his Asian trip in South Korea. Apparently a trade deal that is almost ready to be inked. And I hear murmurs of some soybean opportunities through markets throughout Asia, not only in South Korea, but I think in Japan and other places. John, I know
we were even talking about it.
Yeah, we talked with Casey Wasser last week how that really has impacted the soybean market. The Chinese decision to get their goods from Brazil and Argentina after they developed those markets over the past few years. So hopefully that'll help some of the soybean farmers. What's all this rain, which is all day today, I think? Then it'll be clearing up. But what is this rain going to do to the harvest? Is it going to harm things at all? Or most of you guys and gals out there farming, are you done with the harvest? Is it halfway done? Are you putting on the treads rather than the tires, maybe, because it's going to be a little moist? I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people in Missouri, even with our patchy days of heavy rain, are still dealing with some drought, even severe drought.
So it's soaking in pretty quickly then. Yeah, maybe it won't be puddling and mushy.
Okay, I have a personal issue this morning.
Oh, do we know?
No,
my
this
God.
made me so
Where
mad.
do we start?
Okay, haha, Randy. Okay, whenever you're driving on 63 and it's raining, does everyone just turn their brains off? I'm sorry, but you're halfway in between two lanes going 65, and there's like 5 cars behind you, like immediately behind you, bumper to bumper. What are people thinking right now?
We call that taking your half in the middle.
Yeah, I'm going to call it an insurance claim because I'm hitting the next guy who does
So you
that.
mean someone's straddling the center line?
Yeah.
Huh.
That ticked me off this morning. Sorry.
Yeah. Well,
but
you're here.
We can relate. Also, some of the big rig drivers who at 3 or 4 in the morning think 90 ought to be the speed limit. Well, it's raining.
Yeah. If you drive a bigger vehicle, somehow the psychology is that you're in a better place and you have some immunity more than you would if you were in a smaller vehicle from things like hydro.
The voice of the pilot of the big A truck.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, once in a while. No, but I'm aware. I mean, you can still hydroplane in a truck or in a big, you can get in trouble in any vehicle. And then when you do get in trouble in that circumstance, it's a lot harder to get out of it because of the momentum that you have going by virtue of it being a big rig. To that, I saw a story. I know Brian's reporting on this about MoDOT warning of the roadway fatality count this year. It's trending closer to passing last year's total. So far, more than 700 motorists have died on roadways. More than half of those are unbuckled. I have to admit it. I wasn't always good about unbuckling, but I've gotten much better at that now. I mean, good at buckling. I've gotten much better at that now. I'm good at that. Like, especially on short trips. Like, I'm just going to church. It's just a couple miles away, 2 or 3 miles, and I'm taking back roads and only going 30 miles an hour. No, that's not an excuse. Got to make it a habit all the time.
Yep, in the young and dumb days, we all were probably guilty of that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and then not
a good idea.
No, it's just not a good idea. And boy, I tell you what sealed the deal was many years ago. The highway. I don't know if you all have seen this, but maybe I saw it at a county. It was a safety fair put on by our EMS in conjunction with the hospital. Put on a safety fair for people in the area, and the highway patrol has this simulator. It's like a rollover simulator. Have you seen that? And it's a car that's, the doors
seatbelt convincer.
Yeah, I mean, it
was made out of a little mini truck cab.
Yeah, it's a mini truck, and they turn this thing on, and it's sort of like a dryer on wheels, except it's a car that's turning like a tumbler and a dryer. And next thing you know, the dummy is out in the middle of the road. It's been thrown out, and it's really very dramatic. You see that once, you go, okay, buckle up.
I know the guys out at the Highway Patrol's garage who built that in-house back in the day.
Did they?
The seatbelt demonstrator, yeah.
Wow.
Sam and Jerry.
It's the convincer. I mean, you see that and you go, okay, all right, I'm convinced. It is the show me state after all, and that does show you. Hi,
they
Jen.
also had the other one where they'd put somebody in. Remember the other one? It was sort of like the rocket seat. They'd put you in it, and it was strap you into his chair and then release it, and it'd go down an incline and
that's right. Yeah, that's another
very
one.
abruptly.
Yeah, you feel
not take your breath away.
Yeah, that's right. You feel some reverse G. You feel some G's there in a big hurry. You're right.
Yep.
Jen, have you ever had a problem with buckling? Or is it just automatic?
It's automatic for me and my kids.
Yeah.
It was a strict rule growing up in our household.
I think of the times, though, when...
Except I'm on the way out of the neighborhood, Sometimes it'll be beeping at me.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing like 3 other things as I...
Yeah, I'll do that sometimes on the way out. Yeah, you're right. I remember, but it's so funny how times have changed. Back in the day, Mom and Dad had a big sedan. I forget what, back in the 70s. And we were on the way out to California. We would drive out to California, take an old Route 66. I remember that fondly with the TP hotels and the big wigwams and the huge lumberjacks. You know, I mean, it just
the giant ball of twine.
Oh, that's right, and the big, you know, 10 stacked high monster pancakes at the Pancake House in Albuquerque. You know, I remember all of that like yesterday. John, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, man, we lived on Route 66.
And I hate to see a lot of those landmarks are gone. I hate to see that as they go by the wayside. But Mom would pack up the car. Dad taught school. And the minute he got off on Friday afternoon around Christmas, we would head out to his folks, had moved to California then. And we spent, they would put suitcases on the floorboard in the back, between the back seat and the front, you know, and make up like a playground out of it. And we just frolicked. There was no, what is this about?
We did that too, actually.
Yeah, you remember?
My mom's from Pennsylvania, and we had a station wagon, and they plank us down, and we was like, basically.
Yeah. You were just flying.
I don't know why it was okay not to be buckled then.
You were potential flying ballistic objects.
We certainly were.
And now I think, my gosh, when one of the daughters brings their kids over and they have and you know, then we have to go somewhere and we're moving I have to go to YouTube. How do I buckle in this seat and then and I love this, the obsolescence. Don't you love that? Where the car seats have an expiration date. Hello, they're plastic and foam.
They have expiration dates now?
Yeah. They only last for 5 years or something.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm like, what is that all about?
Well, they claim it's because the plastic degrades while sitting in a hot car and all that.
Yeah, right.
So you'll buy a new one.
They don't want you to reuse them on all your kids. They want you to buy another one.
Talk about crony capitalism. I mean, really? I mean, come on. That's a bunch.
We did get a new one because it gets kind of gross.
Yeah, that's like
kid.
Costco goes knocking on the door of the legislators going, excuse us, we need some regulations here on expiring bad plastic on car seats. Yeah, right. By the way, here's a donation to your campaign. It's all about the kids, you know. It's all about the kids. All right. Well, as the cynicism is now rising and has risen to its top and ready to pop in the oven, we bring our program to you. It's called Wake Up Missouri. Jen Bukowski's in for Stephanie, John Marsh, Drake Whitman. I'm Randy Tobler. Later on, we talk with Congressman Mark Alford and the whip, Tom Emmer. Apparently 2 for 1 all at once. Right, Drake? At 8:08. Wow.
I agree to that. Huh?
That is so cool. We'll be talking about shutdown. Is there any end in sight? We'll find out. The Daily DC Rundown coming up.
It's Wake Up Missouri.
the last month, and I think we're going to have something that's going to be very, very satisfactory to China and to us.
Donald Trump on his upcoming meeting. Here's John Marsh with the Daily D.C. Rundown.
President said Wednesday in South Korea he hoped to emerge from the meeting with President Xi with the U.S.-China trade deal in hand, saying we're going to be, I hope, making a deal. I think we're going to have a deal. I think it'll be a good deal for both. President said the world is watching, and I think we'll have something that's very exciting for everybody. Meanwhile, the president fired all 6 sitting members of the board that oversees architecture in the nation's capital. President plans a slate of major building projects in the capital city, including the White House Ballroom. The Commission of Fine Arts had 6 members, all of whom were appointed during Joe Biden's term. Day 29 of the shutdown comes and goes. Senate failed to advance a Republican-backed funding bill to end the shutdown for the 13th time. The vote, 54-45, falling short of the 60 votes needed to move forward. No new Dems voted in favor of advancing. So, are we going to break the record? Stay tuned.
Yeah, what do we only have less than a week now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 35 days is the record.
Trump likes setting records.
He does.
That's Jen Bukowski. I'm Randy Tobler. John Marsh with the Daily D.C. Rundown. Drake Whitman wearing his Mizzou regalia. Mizzou
it's
regalia.
Called a quarter zip, Randy. I don't know if you had those back in the day, but
I have a traditional
He's
shirt.
dressed up. Those guys, when they wear the quarter zip,
I have a traditional shirt on.
It's dressing up for these
I thought
guys.
Drake was quite nattily attired in his marching Mizzou gear yesterday.
Yes, he was.
I love the marching Mizzou outfit. It's exciting to see because it's always a good day when you see the kids in the marching Mizzou gear.
They're a kicking band. I mean, they're so good, and boy, they're so large. How many? I remember the homecoming parade. They just kept coming and coming. How many were there? How many?
350.
Wow,
that's big.
This is huge. I never realized that.
It used to be bigger, apparently. Like the college bands would be 450 at some point.
Helene was in that band for a year or two when she was here.
Well, what instrument did she play?
Clarinet.
I can't talk to her ever again.
Carry in the parade or wherever.
Yeah, you don't hear. Yeah, it's a lot easier than carrying a big bass drum or something.
Yeah.
This guy's shoulders must be broken at the end of that thing, huh? So, by the way, you know what? Speaking of Mizzou, we didn't get around to figuring out where did they fall to in the college in the AP poll, the college coaches poll. What are they?
19.
Is that all?
Oh.
Even though they lost, they only dropped, what, 4 spots. Interesting. Huh.
It was a close game.
But they're not going to be in the playoffs now, right? I mean, that was the end of
If we
their
went out, we
playoff
could make the playoffs. A 10-2 SEC team, we make the playoffs.
So we need to beat Oklahoma, and who else is left?
Texas A&M.
Aggies.
Oh, that'll be easy.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be interesting because you got a couple of tough games coming up, right? I mean,
the Aggies are what, 4th in the nation?
Yeah.
3rd or 4th?
Think. Yeah. What are they? One loss?
Yeah.
No, 0. They're undefeated. The Aggies.
Right. That's right.
Did I tell you?
I feel bad for our kicker. Every time he gets up there, the announcers start talking about how bad he is.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's an 18-year-old kid. He missed this kick this day. He missed this kick the other day.
That's another reason they should not have called a touchdown try on that 4th and 2 at the goal line. Next time, if Eli will call me, I'll help him out a little bit. Just help him get the right call.
Say, Eli, come on.
That would have given that kid that would have given that young man.
He did give him a closer thing with.
No. He had to move it back. If they'd have given him that nice close chip shot, it would have given him confidence and momentum, and then he wouldn't have doinked the next opportunity. I'm telling you, it's
Time
called.
to go raid the soccer team for a kick.
Here goes a text. Randy, suit up. No, I don't think so.
You've got years of eligibility left, right?
Not going to do that. The lengths Americans are willing to go to make every penny count. That coming up at 6:35. Welcome back into Wake Up Missouri. I'm Randy Tobler along with Jennifer Bukowski, who you hear here on Tuesdays with Gary Nolan and on her own show on Sunday mornings. And she's in for Stephanie Bell out on assignment. John Marsh holding forth, keeping an eye on all things in mid-Missouri news. And as the rain keeps falling, we've had a drought. Now we're having, it feels like, what is it, London or Seattle? I'm not sure what it feels like the last few days.
Soggy.
Never been to either, so I can't speak. I'm just what I see.
You've never been to London?
No.
Need to find a guy named Noah with a really big barge if this keeps up. Right?
British Airways is going to start having a direct flight, St. Louis to London, starting in April. You should hop on that thing with beautiful Helene.
I've never been to London, but have you been to Herculaneum?
I don't.
Oh, there you go. I've been to Herculaneum. There you go.
Maybe for a cross-country meet or something, that's possible.
You ever been to Bonne Terre?
For prison.
Went diving at the mines in Bonne Terre. It was good. Sort of the old abandoned lead mines there. And sort of eerie to go diving there because there's no wildlife, no fish, no coral, no anything. But it's a little spooky.
Oh, yeah.
And,
I can see that.
Yeah.
The old lead mine, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Friends who dive that on a regular basis.
Yeah, they lost some people over the years in diving there because, they didn't know what they were doing and were in sort of a cave and couldn't get up and breathe. Hate when that happens. Yeah. Well, you got to be safe when you're diving. Got to watch out what you're doing.
I can't imagine. I've scuba dove. We got certified, but I wouldn't want to go into a dark mine. The whole point is that you could be sitting there like you're floating and looking all around you and watching turtles and fish swim by.
Right.
That's cool.
That's what I love about it.
But being in a dark mine, no thank you. Like, I want to know which way's up. I want to see where I'm going.
Yeah. It was a training dive. Well, it's interesting just because you're seeing all this old abandoned mine equipment now, sunk in the mines that are flooded.
Oh. Okay.
But I digress. Wall Street Journal has a story on how, despite what the market is doing, and this is really reminiscent of Trump 1 in a way, although not entirely. But remember when it was all about the market, and the market was doing well. And I think that while that's one barometer of the economy, I don't know if that's the barometer of everyday Main Street economy. Everyone has been suffering under Biden inflation, and while it's been doused somewhat, it still is smoldering, occasionally flares up, into our personal lives. And I think I heard this morning on the morning show before us that, Gordon Deal was talking with an economist from Wall Street Journal who was saying that everyday consumer goods, the things that have low margins for retailers and for distributors and manufacturers, those have gone. Those are the things that are really holding people's attention and feeling the inflation. You have to buy laundry detergent. You have to buy, socks and shoes. You have to buy underwear. You have to buy toothpaste. You have to buy stuff, and that kind of stuff is what you feel every day or every week or every month because you use it. You're buying it a lot. Cleaning items and so forth. And so they're talking about in this article in the Journal about the lengths that people are willing to go to make every penny count. One woman took her household grocery bill, monthly grocery bill for her family of four, from about $1,700 in July to $1,265 in last month in September. That's a substantial saving. That's almost a fourth. What is it, 35%? I mean, it's 30%. That's significant, right?
Certainly.
And so how does she do that? Well, instead of buying laundry pods, she's buying good old-fashioned powdered detergent in a box. She puts it in a container, and they scoop out a scoop, instead of the pods that you throw in.
Yeah.
Another guy is adding vinegar to his softener and to stretch it out, and they're just making, he buys generic laundry powder. That's her. Then he adds vinegar to save on additives like softener. I didn't know that vinegar could be a softener. I don't know.
Boy, sound like you're setting yourself up for allergy challenges, buying the cheap detergent and throwing vinegar in it.
No longer douses his sponge with dish liquid. Instead, he puts a small amount of Dawn, which he buys in bulk to save, into the left side of his sink, adds water, and rinses through dirty dishes. He only puts his Colgate toothpaste on the head of his toothbrush. Now these
Where else would you put the toothpaste?
Make a mess if you put it on the handle.
Well, no,
exactly.
I guess what he means is instead of a whole ribbon, just putting a little dot on the front of the tooth. That's what I think he's doing. On Facebook Marketplace, a guy tries to buy more overstock, such as cans of P&G's Febreze, scours the internet for deals on, maybe shopping at Aldi instead of Whole Foods or what. People are economizing. Yesterday we had a little break that was unexpected in the middle of the day, and so I told Helene we're going to have a long day today and one tomorrow and the next day. Let's just go catch lunch. So we went to one of the local places, sit-down place. I mean, little piece of salmon and some broccoli and some iced tea for both of us. $60.
Whoa.
It's a chain place.
Huh.
Now that's with tip. You pay $20 for $21 for a piece of salmon and broccoli. It's a healthy
through lunch.
You could spend that with two teenage boys in a drive-through. It seems like.
I mean, that used to be a $30 lunch, right? Now it's $6. I said, hey, next time I think we're getting carry out somewhere. But that was fine. We did okay. It was fun. We talked about business and stuff. But I'm just saying, people are, that these kind of wake-up calls are like, whoa. In that regard, a lot of people are not going to sit down. They're doing carry-in now. A lot of people are doing that.
Yeah.
Because and it's no offense to our servers. There are certain places that we just absolutely love, and we go there, and we will go there and continue to go there. But that list is shortening.
Tip? Because they're still asking you for a tip if you walk in there to carry it out yourself. You're like, am I supposed to do 20%?
What is the
when
deal?
When you didn't wait on me?
When I ordered
I thought I paid that for the waiter that kept checking on me.
What
but
is
now
the deal?
I'm supposed to pay it because I pick it up myself?
You order at the kiosk. You wait in line to pick it up.
Yeah, you turn around the thing. Do you want to give 30%?
Then you bus your own stuff. And I'm going, wait a minute, I should get the tip. I should get a discount.
You bring that up to them. I'm sure you'll be real popular.
Well, you should bring it up to the management. Wait a minute. I don't know. Helene was at a place the other day, not in Columbia. I won't say where it is, but it's in our listing area. A popular spot where you can get deli stuff and other kind of stuff in one of our outlying communities. And she was with the girls over the weekend and bought there's some pumpkin stuff and a couple cupcakes and I don't know, some trinkets here and there. And there was a thing like no tip, 10%, 20%. And this was like a retail place. You pick out the stuff off the shelf and go up and buy it.
Pretty standard anymore.
And yeah, they had to pull the cupcakes out of the case. And it's no tip, 10%. She didn't push anything. She didn't do anything. And went on and pushed pay. And there was a 10% tip on there, whatever, $10 tip for, I forget what the bill was.
Well, you can figure it
automatic
out.
Because she didn't push no tip. So
she bought $100 worth of stuff is what you're saying.
Is that really true that if you push no tip, there's a default tip that's plugged in some places?
I guess so.
Huh.
I don't understand the tipping for regular retail service, not service. You know what I mean?
And sometimes it doesn't go to the employees.
What?
Yeah. Sometimes, you need to ask, now, does this go to you or not? Like, if you're picking your dog up who's been boarded, it might not actually go to the employees taking care of your dog. It might just go to the owners of the business. And people don't know that. They're like, well, I assume it's going to the people taking care of the dog or whatever. That's just an example.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I remember back in the day working in the hospitality industry and the combination restaurant tavern and all that we had across the board tip jars.
Yeah.
Where everybody shared in the tips. But, customers are kind of expected, they got a flight of drinks or a meal. They were expected to tip the whole crew.
Yeah, well, I think it's...
And that wasn't out of the ordinary.
I like the sharing of tips because, a lot of times the people up in the front of the house are getting the tips and the people in the back of the house are making minimum wage and
and
cooking
they're
your
carrying
food.
huge kegs of stuff up
Not
and down
making minimum
stairs
wage.
or whatever. Yeah, they're working hard.
Well, if you're in the back
Bussing
of the
tables,
house...
doing dishes. Yeah.
Aren't there different rules for folks in the back of the house on the cook line?
Yeah, I mean, the folks up front, the servers and all, they don't even make minimum wage.
Now they don't
rely on their tips.
Now, when does the no tax on tips kick in? Is that January 1? Is
That's
that
a
on
good question. I'll find
26
that out.
earnings?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You wonder if people are going to, in their mind, when they start thinking about how much to tip, are they? And this is again nothing. We love. My wife has a culinary foundation to help support schools that teach culinary, and so so we're all about that. But you wonder if people in their mind's eye are going to say, well, wait a minute, I know now that they're not going to be paying a tax on this tip, so maybe instead of 20%, I'm going to do 18% or 15%.
It's in effect for this year for income beginning January 1st, 2025.
Oh, so it's
even
retroactive.
though they didn't pass it till after that,
yeah,
it was signed into law July 4th, 2025, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, but it applies to the tax years 2025 through 2028.
Okay.
I can't believe that Jefferson City thing goes through 2060.
Yeah, that
seems like
the extension of the hotel tax.
Like we get to decide that all the future Jefferson City people have to pay that for how many years? 30.
We had
35 years.
It's the lodging tax, and the argument is outside people pay it.
Yeah.
For the next 35 years.
Yeah, that's the argument. But Patrick Toohey and David Stokes from Show Me Institute that have been on with us say that the people of the community are paying it in some way, shape, or form. Well, maybe that's different than a bond for a stadium. I mean, that's different. But you still have to support the infrastructure around that place. What else would taxpayers be on the hook for? Maybe more police officers because you got to. I don't know. I can't imagine what that would be. We did get some, after Ron Fitzwater talked with us yesterday, made a very compelling case for the Jefferson City project. We did get some texters, 573-874-9390 is our text number, guys and gals, commenting on how the parking garage won't even be done yet. We need to really get on the shtick and get that done. We need to. In
Jeff?
Yeah, without the parking garage, it's a real impediment because parking's a problem.
Where is this going to go? I'm sorry, I'm not informed to know. Where is it going to go?
Almost kitty corner from the governor's mansion is about the best locator.
Yeah,
that's
right there
cool.
on Capitol Avenue, half a block there.
So right by the train station too, then.
Not quite that far down that direction. It's more up sort of towards the old Hotel Governor building and the governor's mansion and all, but it's right there in the thick of things.
So where does that relate to when last year, I wasn't able to make it this year, but last year the Piccadilly event was in a nice little area there it looked like there were some older buildings with small businesses in them.
Same general neck of the woods right there.
Nice. Right catty corner from the governor's mansion. That's a nice
location.
Good spot.
Yeah, walkable to downtown, to all the government buildings and the train station, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, good deal. All right, when we come back, we're going to make Missouri healthy again. And a little warning for those of you who have grown up in and around agriculture in Missouri. Some worrisome trends about some of the potential threats about that lifestyle when we come back on Make Missouri Healthy Again.
It's Wake Up Missouri